Hello, hello, everyone. It's Jamie Boglin with the Fab Mommy Lifestyle here again. And once again, I'm super thrilled to have you. I'm thrilled that you're taking the commitment to join me today, that you're taking the time out, that you're carving time. We are going to be dreaming bigger, and then manifesting those dreams. And so yesterday we talked about the mindset that we have to have, that we have to develop, that we have to create in order to start dreaming, to just start dreaming. I coach so many women, and a lot of times I often hear, I don't know what I want. I don't know what my dreams are anymore. Like, I am so lost. I've been so busy taking care of my kids and my husband and my family that I haven't had time to dream, and I think I forgot how. And so that's why I'm here to help you so that we can start getting that momentum going, to start helping you dream and even dream bigger, and so you can believe it. And so you have the power to actually make those dreams become manifested into your life, and you are able to create the vibrant and energetic and fab mommy lifestyle that you so crave and absolutely deserve. So thank you for joining me. And I'm just going to wait for a little bit while a few people get on. I just want to let you know I am very passionate about this. I've had some crazy experiences, and so I truly believe in everything I'm saying. And so that might make me tend to get excited and talk a little fast. So if you have any questions at any time, please just go ahead and put them in the chat box. Also, I'm just super passionate about this. So let me just go ahead and tell you a little bit about me. I am from San Diego. I live with my 3 kids, my husband. We have a great life. But yes, I did used to be a mommy that felt stuck, that felt overwhelmed, and that was held back by fear of a lot of different things, and I didn't even realize it. And so I hired my first coach, and it was a huge eye-opener. I hired a business coach. I didn't even know they made coaches for anything else besides athletics. So I hired a business coach, and it was so eye-opening and so just transformative for my personal life that I dove deeper into coaching and realized that this is what I want to do. This is how I can reach moms. This is how I can make happy kids. I ended up selling a business, and now I've dived right into coaching, and this is my passion. So thank you for joining me. I want to tell you too, make sure you stay till the end. There's always the goodies that I give out at the end. And again, if you have any questions, write them in the chat box, but make sure that you have carved out enough time for this. This is a 3-part series. I've broken it up into 3 different days, about an hour each day. And make sure that you have carved out time also, that when this is done, that you can also journal or create or just write out things that we've talked about. And because I'm going to ask you to just sit down with yourself a lot. I did ask yesterday, I asked you to make sure that you start making time for like dream time, whether it be in the morning while the kids are napping, things like that. But make sure that you actually physically carve out time for yourself, to be by yourself, to do nothing else. And so for today, I just want you to carve out time for this episode of Dream It, Poof, it's yours. I have a system that I've been using that I've put fully into effect with this last year. And I have to tell you, it was pretty miraculous. And so I just want to share that with you. I'm still waiting for a few people to pop on, and then we'll dive into that. So yesterday was the mindset. Today is actually going to be the physical steps that we need to take. So, excuse me, I'm going to be drinking lots of water too. I get so excited and thirsty. All right, so let's go ahead and start. Grab a pen and paper because I do have a lot of information today. I have 3 steps for you that I have implemented in my life this last year, and it's been miraculous, like I said. So let me go ahead and start from the beginning of 2016 last year. It was a rough start for me. We were fostering. I had just transitioned a baby over to his aunt's house, and I was devastated, you guys. I had had this baby in my house for 14 months. I was so devastated. I didn't know where to go. I was never happy. I was crying at the drop of a hat. I was so sad, and I had never felt grief like this. And so I know I needed to turn to something, and that's when I actually had a coach at the time. I had a couple coaches, and so I just realized that I need to do something for myself. And I've always been preaching to my moms, self-love, self-care, do all this stuff. But I really started diving into the energetic, the magical and miracles of everything, of just life. And that's when I noticed life was amazing. It is amazing. And that's when my magic and miracles just started popping in one after another. So my first step today that I want to teach you that I did start last January, and I have to say was one of the most profound steps I did for the whole year. And it's a vision board. So I'm sure you've all have heard of a vision board. I'm sure you've seen them, whatever, but I want you to know how powerful this is. And this is why I believe that it's so powerful, is because you're actually physically putting it out there, that you're telling the universe, this is what I want. And the reason it becomes powerful is because you have finally gotten clear on what you actually want. You are showing the universe, you are putting action into it, and you're making it visible so that you can see. Okay? So I want to step back, and we'll just go into the how-tos of creating a vision board, the things that I feel are so super important when you do a vision board. Because of course you can there's many, many, many different kinds, right? But I really feel that there's some specific steps that you have to take in order to make it work. And so let me go back to my vision board here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 11 things on my vision board. And let me look. Out of those 11, 3, 6, 7, 8 of them came true. And they came true probably within 6 months of making this vision board. Okay. Now I'm telling you, this is only one step that I did for this year, but I really truly feel like it was a huge step. And it was also the easiest step. I did it. I took one day out and I did it. And then I just posted it on my screensaver on my phone and on my laptop. And then I think I even did a post on Facebook and showed the world. So, okay. So the how-tos of creating the vision boards. Step 1 for the vision board is to actually create space and time. You need to actually physically let your body, let your mind, and let your soul get into this space of relaxation, of creativity, of just being able to let everything out. Okay? Now, before you do this, you're going to need to get materials ready. You can do it like cut out magazines. You can print pictures off Google. There's different things you can do. You can get cork boards. You can pin them on there. You can glue it on paper. You can just write it out. You can draw pictures. You can paint it. There's so many ways to make these vision boards. My case in particular, I used a app or something. It wasn't an app. I think it was a website. I was on the laptop and I downloaded pictures. And then I just popped them into this fancy vision board template. It was really super easy. The thought of getting all the magazines ready and looking at all these things and doing all this stuff really overwhelmed me. And that's one thing that I can tell you was a habit that hasn't served me in the past. And once I became aware of that habit, I am now able to see that and be like, okay, nope, let's go simple. Don't get overwhelmed. Let's keep this simple. I want to be clear. Because when I am not clear, I don't move forward. And that's probably the same for a lot of you ladies out there too. We get so overwhelmed. We don't know what we want anymore. We can't even make a decision. And if someone were to just make a decision for us, we'll go with it, right? And let's be frank, sometimes you just don't even want to have to make a decision anymore. You're the mom. You make all these decisions all day long. So anyways, going back to the vision board, one decision, I was like, okay, I'm just going to use this website. I made a decision. I made it quickly and I stuck with it. I went to this vision board and I popped in these pictures of what I wanted the most. Okay. I have different categories in my life that I decided this is what I want. There was career, there was love, there was my business, there was health and wellness, there was my kids, there was my relationship is love. So I had different categories and basically I picked one goal for each of those categories. And that's what I put in my vision board. Now, the thing that I wanted the most, I made the biggest picture of, and everything else I had all around. I put my name on there. I put my kids' names on there. I made it specifically for me. Nobody on this planet Earth could have picked this vision board up and said, this is what I'm going to have. It was for me. And so I didn't put too many pictures on there because I wanted it to be clear. I figured I have a whole year. These goals are kind of crazy. I don't even know if one of them is going to come true. And that was something else too, is when you pick your goal, pick something that you don't know if it's going to come true or not. Pick something that might be kind of crazy, because let me tell you, some of these things on my vision board are kind of crazy that they came true, and I have no other way to explain them except for magic and miracles are real. That's it, okay? But I believe because I spoke to the universe, that the universe conspired and had my back and made it happen. So make sure when you do your vision board, you are clear, okay? So now you have your vision board. You've done it quickly. You've put yourself in that space. You've made it. What do you do with it now? Share that vision board. Put it on Facebook. Put it somewhere where you're going to see. Put it in your car, on your desk, next to your bed. Put it on your laptop. Put it on your notebooks, whatever. But you make sure that that vision board is ready to be seen. This is what you're putting out into the universe. So share your vision board, okay? Vision board, number one. That's my number one thing that I did to actually start, just to start dreaming, actually. Those were like the first dreams that I had for the year. Like, these were the things that I wanted to come true, that I didn't think were going to come true, that I didn't know if a vision board even worked. And I put them on there and I put it out there and I followed these steps. And I think 8 out of 11 is pretty darn good, ladies. Okay, so that is my number one how-to step to start dreaming. Number 2, affirmations. To me, these were huge. Remember when I said I was really down deep in the gutter? I was so down on myself. Everything that happened, it was hard to see the beauty in it. And so that's when I decided that I need to change my mindset, that I need to start seeing the positive, the the good energy around me, everything. But I first had to see it in myself. So this is when I came up with some affirmations. I like to call them my goddess mottos now. But I sat down, just like I sat down with the vision board, and I created that space and I created that time to actually write and to make it happen, to make it unfold onto a piece of paper. And I wrote them all down. I wrote down all the things that I thought about. What was it inside of me that I wanted to feel better about? And so I wrote all my affirmations down. And one of my steps was that I made sure when I wrote them down as if they had already happened, as if they were in the present. And so I'm looking for my list right here. But so for instance, one of them was, I am wealthy. Okay, so I wrote it as I am. And at the time, I didn't feel wealthy. I didn't feel healthy. I didn't feel anything, actually. And I just felt sadness and grief. And so I know I needed to get rid of that, and I needed to replace those feelings. And so that's when I decided, okay, so I wrote all of these down. And you know what I did? I went on to Pinterest and I actually typed in inspirational words. So I typed in words like energy. I typed in words like dream, inspirational, those kinds of things. And I just kind of looked at things. I loved the creativeness and the artistic value of what Pinterest can bring and create. I feel like it gets my creative juices flowing a little bit faster. And so I just kind of pulled things out of there, and I wrote up a list of 12. I only had 12 that I wrote, and I kept them all positive, and I kept them all personal. So again, I don't feel like anyone could have grabbed these. Maybe they could have, but and made them their own. But I made them all powerful. I made them have really powerful words. Each statement had to have power behind it for me to put it down and make it part of this list that I made. And I wanted it to excite me when I said it. I wanted it to draw me closer to where I wanted to be. So I had this vision of this woman that I wanted to become, this mommy that I wanted to become. And when I wrote these affirmations down, I realized that once I started saying them, that by the time I got to the end of these 12, my whole energy had changed. I was feeling vibrant and energized and excited. And I had that like twinge in me, like, okay, let's go. I've got this. I'm powerful. And so that's when I realized these are really working for me. These are really starting to get my momentum, to get my energy higher. And so going back to when I wrote them, they were exciting to me. I made them each powerful and exciting. And so I spent time on each of them. I made sure that they were each short and concise. And then they weren't humorous, but you could add humor into them. That would add the light feeling. It's almost like a recipe, right? Your recipe for who you're going to become. And so, after I wrote all these affirmations, my goddess mottos, is I started reading them every day to myself. And I posted them again. I posted these everywhere. I posted them. Actually, these ones, I had a mirror by my bed. And it's like the mirror that, you get dressed, you get all dolled up, and then you go and you stand in the mirror and like, okay, what's the final outcome? All right, sweet. So on that mirror is where I wrote these. I just wrote them with a dry erase marker. So they were kind of hard to read sometimes, but I left them there all year. And I read them to myself a couple times a day. Like every time I'd come in there, I would read them. Well, what happened was I would start reading them, and I would start reading them out loud. And then I would start like singing them and dancing to them and really giving them energy. But they were giving me energy at the same time. And so when I was reading these every single day, in the beginning, I have to say, I didn't believe them. I wasn't aligned with them at all. But what happened is every single day, I started getting a little bit closer, a little bit closer, a little bit closer, till I was aligned with them, till I can like yell them out now, and I believe them and I have conviction about them. They are my goddess mottos. They are amazing and I love them. And I actually have like a little sweet spot in my heart for these. Like, so we just moved and I had to, erase them all off the mirror. And when I wrote them down, when we moved, I found that paper and I was like, oh yes, I have to put these back up. I was so super excited I had found that paper. So that was something I just posted every day. I started posting them everywhere. I started posting them on paper, and then I would put those papers places. I would put them in my daily binder, I was going to call it a binder reminder. That's so from middle school. My daily calendar. I put them by my bed, again, in the bathroom, on the mirror, things like that. But I use them all the time. And I've actually just changed them all. And so I've added more because I really became aligned with those powerful thoughts and feelings that I had. So, all right. So that was number 2 step for learning how to dream bigger. And the reason I added the affirmations in there is because I dreamed about who I wanted to become, and that's how I got there. That's how I became that person. Okay? So the first one is the vision board of what I wanted my life to look like. The second one was the affirmations of what I wanted to feel like, who I wanted to be on the inside. Okay? All right. So now, step number 3, all right, step number 3 is the focus wheel. So now this is something that I picked up from Abraham Hicks, and it's a system that she uses, and I absolutely love it, and it's so super easy. So every day when I pick the dream board, or when I pick my dream time, not the dream board, when I pick my dream time, I write on the focus wheel, I write the feeling that I want, okay? How I want it to feel. So, for instance, I would take one of those things off my vision board. So, let's say one of them was surfing. I wanted to learn how to surf this year. So, I would write in there, I want to feel how it feels to stand up on a surfboard, okay? And then what I would do is I would put 12 lines coming out from this circle that I wrote that quote in, or that sentence in, that feeling. So it almost looked like a sun. That's how I did it. There's different ways. You can use a template, but this is what I did. And then so on each ray of sunshine, you write down what it is that you want to feel. How are you going to feel when you finally stand up on that surfboard, right? So on one ray of sun, and you start in a circle, and you go in a circle, you go in order, because something I've learned about energy is it's in a circular pattern. It needs to keep going in the circle. It needs to keep flowing. If you've got edges and stops, you can't do that. So you need to go in the circle. And that's why this is a focus wheel. It keeps you going in a circle. It kind of reminds me of like a merry-go-round. So you write on each of these things, you're getting, and you get in the flow. You start going faster and faster. Because I'll tell you, in the beginning, this is hard. And you we'll start on a ray of sunshine and you'll be like, okay, what do I write? Okay, number 2, what do I write? And by the time you get to like 10, 11, and 12, you're like, and it's out, right? And so it's like a merry-go-round. It gets faster and faster and faster, and you keep spinning. But the other thing why I feel like it's a merry-go-round is because I feel like it gets all that negative energy out. So just like if you were on the merry-go-round, all the dirt would go flying off, right? But you would be holding on to this like spinning, this fast motion, this excitement. And so one of the reasons that I love it is because I would feel so thrilled about whatever I wrote about this in my journal on the focus wheel that day. And I'll tell you, I wrote in my journal every single day. I have never filled up a journal, and this year I filled it up, and I need a new one. So focus wheels are huge. They're big, big, big. And so what you would just keep doing. So if, for instance, you have, I want to go surfing. So on one ray of sunshine, I want to feel powerful when I stand up on that board. I want to be in control. And then you just keep going. I want to feel the sun on my back. I want to feel the water splashing in my face, the cool water. I want to see the dolphins. And you just keep going and going. And why do you want to go surfing? Why would you get there? How would you get there? What would it feel like when you get there? Okay? So that was the focus wheel. And that, like I said, that was from Abraham Hicks. So those were 3 of the things that I did this year that transformed my life. Transformed it in some really big, big ways. And I'll tell you, when I started, I was not in my happy spot. I am thrilled at where I've become and who I've grown into be just in this year, and thriving and happy and excited. And I've got to tell you too, it's been pretty miraculous. Like, things have happened that cannot be explained by anything else than that the universe helps conspired it. And so I really, truly believe in these. And I want you to know that no matter where you are at in your life, you can start right now. Okay? You can start right now, and you can start getting that momentum. Once you start getting that momentum, you're going to get it and get it and get it, and things are going to start popping in, whatever you want. It's going to feel like a game after a while, and you're going to start bringing it in. You want more money for your business? Here you go. You're going to find things. You're going to get checks in the mail for like $400. You'd be like, where is this coming from? I kid you not, people. This is how it happens. Okay? You want to buy a house on the coast? You're going to start seeing them everywhere. You want happiness within your family? You're going to start realizing, oh my gosh, your daughter just made you breakfast for no reason. Like, things are going to start happening. Things are going to start transforming, and you are going to start becoming that person that you want to be. And that's when the motivation kicks in. That's when you get excited. That's when the passion really starts to burn. So I really want you to step into your power and make a commitment to yourself. Make a commitment to you transforming your life, your fab mommy lifestyle, and transforming it into that mom that you really desire to be. Who is she? Where is she? And how do you get there? Okay? Now, tomorrow, we're going to do another episode. It's the last episode. And I'm going to tell you exactly the steps that you can take tomorrow, that you can take to start this transformation right away. You're going to be able to have the strategy. You're going to be able to have the structure. You're going to be able to have the support. And you're going to be able to have accountability. Now, if that doesn't say success to you, if that's not going to motivate you, then I don't know what does. But you have to join me tomorrow, and I can tell you exactly how to get there. And if you're dying to know and you can't wait for tomorrow, go ahead and email me back right now. You can also find me on Facebook. You can PM me. It's Jamie Boglin. You can go to jamieboglin.com. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram. I'm sure you can find me everywhere. It's not too hard. Just know how to spell my name. So with this, I want to say goodbye, but I want to say thank you for joining me all the way till the end. And I really want to inspire you to dream bigger. That's what I'm here for. Dreams do come true. And when you're dreaming big, big dreams come true. But when you dream small, you only have small dreams coming true. So I really want you dreaming big. Dream big, people. You owe it to yourself. Not only that, but you owe it to your kids. When you dream big, you're teaching them how to. You're teaching them how to lead a happy, fulfilled life. Okay? All right. So join me tomorrow. I will see you all later. Thank you.